Hello everyone. We are grateful you're here with us today, and we're eager to share information about Bloom360. I'm Laura Rauman, the founder and president of Bloom360. But most importantly, I'm a mom who believes that every child deserves to feel joy in learning and pride in their accomplishments. To start, I think it makes sense to share my story, which led to the creation of Bloom360. I've always valued education. I've always loved learning and enjoyed school. I also knew from a very early age that my classmates didn't always have the same experience and feel the same. In college, my favorite class at UW-Madison was about different educational models. We learned about Montessori, Reggio Emilia, and others. I loved learning about these non-traditional educational models to support all types of learners. I graduated with a business degree, and deep down, I knew there would be an opportunity to use my skills and passions to work with children. Early on, I worked for some big companies and then started my own financial consulting firm, Vista360. Fast forward a few years, and at age 29, I became a mom to Ben, and then a few years later to Morgan. We realized from a young age that Morgan needed different supports to learn and grow. So we did what we needed to do. While we tried traditional early education in kindergarten, the structures didn't work well for Morgan, and her joy was fading. At age 7, we decided to homeschool Morgan and included OT, speech language, music therapy, and therapeutic horseback riding in the mix. Our team focused on Morgan's strengths and interests, her love of Disney characters, to be exact, and she started thriving. I remember her kindergarten teacher saying that Morgan would never read phonetically. Wrong! Reading is a huge strength of Morgan's. She loves to read, can sound out almost any word, yes, phonetically, and with the right instruction, time, and pacing, this love has led to her writing her own stories and plays. We also helped her develop her emotional vocabulary, introduced mindfulness and yoga, and listened to her wants and needs. In 2012, a couple months after starting to homeschool, I was in my kitchen with her homeschool teacher and one of Morgan's therapists, talking about how Morgan was really starting to thrive, and a light bulb went off. I said, "We should start a school." They agreed, and that's when Bloom360 was officially born. I knew there were other families who were feeling just like us. Their children were bright, and the traditional educational system wasn't working for them. I was fortunate to have the full support of my business team, who honestly filled in every gap from the legal and operational needs to get that school up and running. They also believe wholeheartedly in the mission of this school and continue to volunteer their time and donate a portion of their profits to the school. Our mighty team of volunteers worked nights and on weekends for a few years. We researched the best educational models in the world and built our own from the ground up. In 2014, I hired Cindy Goshley, our program guide, who you will meet in a few minutes. In 2016, we obtained our nonprofit status. And in 2017, we started hiring a staff. We found a building, renovated it in under 4 months, and then we opened in the fall of 2017 for our first school year. We are just wrapping up our 5th year, and I can tell you that our learners are thriving. These kids can do and learn when they have the right environment, a focus on their strengths, a pace that works for them, and time to heal from whatever they've been through. These kids are big thinkers and doers who are writing and producing plays, developing micro businesses such as selling calendars they've designed and produced, and selling books they have written and illustrated, and then hosting a book signing. Creating PowerPoints and presenting what they know from their research into facts and opinions. Finding their voices and participating in school-wide concerts. Telling jokes and being comfortable laughing with their classmates. Cooking lunch for our learners and team. Trying a new recipe from another country and then sharing it with others. Building rockets and launching them in our schoolyard. Learning how to ride horses and gaining confidence in themselves. Happily going on field trips together. And reassuring a friend who may be feeling a little nervous. Finding the joy in friendships, playing, and having a community where they are truly accepted. And there's so much more. Our learners are excited to come to Bloom360 each day and miss it when they're absent. As a parent, isn't that the goal? They say it takes a village to raise a child. I believe that is true. And I'm beyond thrilled to have our amazing team from Bloom360 and Vista360 to help our learners grow. Our new sign in front of our building says it all: better together, uniquely us. This team and all of our learners and families are better together, and we celebrate our uniqueness. These kids have so much potential, and as their confidence grows, they're learning how powerful they can be. I want to wrap up with one last thought. We see your child. We see their uniqueness and strengths. Our Bloom360 family is kind, caring, funny, smart, and hardworking, and I'm extremely honored and humbled to be leading this amazing community. Now, I'd like to introduce you to Cindy Goshley, our co-founder and program guide.
Hi, I'm Cindy Goshley, and I'm the program guide here at Bloom360. I am a co-founder, and I currently co-lead the school alongside Laura, and I help guide and support our team in implementing our unique whole child model. What I love about Bloom is it started as just a seed we planted in 2014 to what it is today. And each and every child who comes to Bloom is nurtured in mind, body, spirit, social, and emotional.
Hi, my name is Laura Hilsman. I am one of the learning guides at Bloom. My background is in special education. What I love about Bloom is that it allows the learners to work at their own pace with their interests in mind.
Hi, I'm Andrea Sabota. I'm a learning guide here at Bloom360 and an occupational therapist. And what I love about Bloom360 is that we incorporate sensory needs, sensory processing of all of our learners into the entire day. And it's implemented through all their activities.
I'm Jess Kenya, and I'm a learning guide here at Bloom, and I am the school music therapist. And one thing that I love about Bloom is the diverse team that we have here. We've got OTs, and we've got special education backgrounds and music therapy, and all these different backgrounds provide our kids with the tools they need to really blossom and grow in their own way.
I'm really pleased to have our panelists here to share information with you today. And here's the rest of our Bloom360 team. Each of these professionals brings unique experience and strengths to our community and for our learners.
Our team brings a wide variety of world-class experiences to our community. Each team member contributes their unique lens and strengths. This makes such a huge difference in being able to deliver our innovative educational model. We have team members with special education, occupational therapy, music therapy, child life specialist, and a social worker. Laura and Dawn are parents of our neurodiverse learners. Our team has brought numerous specialized licenses and training in project-based learning, sensory processing, Orton-Gillingham multisensory reading approach, and the VIA character strengths. We are also a field work placement site for 4 area colleges and universities who appreciate the thorough experience and mentoring that their undergrad and graduate students receive by working with our team.
Our community was developed from the ground up without preconceived limits on what a school should or should not look like. It is a refreshing environment for the team and for the learners. We believe in a growth mindset that every child can learn when their social and emotional needs are met, a child's strengths and interests are their superpowers, and that the sky is the limit. We see breakthroughs of all shapes and sizes every day.
We are pleased to share a brief presentation about our unique community. This presentation will take approximately 30 to 40 minutes. Then we'll have time for questions and answers.
Bloom is a registered 501c3 nonprofit private school. We currently are in person and have several COVID safety protocols in place. We follow the Wisconsin DPI private school requirements for core subject and hours of instruction. we have two program options, our day school and roots program. On the next slide, we'll go into detail about each program. Let's start with our day school. This program is for learners ages 5 through 21. Bloom is the school of record when enrolled in this program, and learners can earn a full high school diploma or a certificate of completion, whichever option is a better fit. We work with families to create a developmental learning plan that includes individualized academic and social emotional goals. There is a need-based financial assistance for the day school program. Next is our Roots program that we launched about a year ago. This is for learners who are still within that 5 to 21 year age range or young adults. The Roots program learners benefit from the project-based and social emotional learning activities, but Bloom360 is not the school of record. This program can work well for learners who are homeschooled, enrolled in another educational program, for example, virtual learning, or have already completed Wisconsin school requirements. The days and times are more flexible in the Roots program and are part-time or full-time options available. All day school and Roots learners are together in our cohorts. The Roots program tuition is prorated, and because of this, there is no financial aid for this program.
Our educational model is rooted in child development. We lead with social emotional learning and building trusted relationships. Many of our learners are closed off and shut down when they first come to Bloom because they haven't had a great experience in their previous learning environments. We take the time to get to know each learner and go at their own pace to help them realize their strengths and full potential. We work with high-interest projects and use practice zones to facilitate this unique learning experience. There are movement and occupational therapy opportunities integrated throughout the day instead of the traditional pull-out times often seen in most schools. We are able to meet the learner with what they need for sensory support at any time, any day, without having disruptions to their learning. This approach supports academic success and overall wellness. We use project-based learning as our main teaching method. Research shows that project-based learning promotes student learning even more effectively than traditional instruction. Add in that our learners work on high-interest projects, and you've got a recipe for success. We see our learners thriving with engaged hearts and minds, gaining a deeper purpose in their learning, having a sense of purpose, having creative outlets to demonstrate their knowledge versus traditional worksheets, memorizations, and tests. Next, we'll look at a project-based learning in action.
Hi, I'm Nikki, Learning Guide at Bloom360, and I wanted to share a little information about one of our learners and a project that she's been working on. She has been really into The Simpsons, so we took that and we created a project and activities and academics to build around her interest. So one of the things she created was a Google Slides document so that she could share her information, research, and some opinions that she knows about learned about The Simpsons.
Roger Simpson, that's our Homer. His favorite places to hang out are the Quickie Mart, Krusty Burgers, and at Moe's. His favorite things to eat are the hamburgers, hot dogs, and of course, donuts. His favorite drink is duck beer. My opinions about Homer J. Simpson. I think he's a good guy. I think he's a good superhero leader.
When working on her Simpson project, we were able to incorporate a lot of her academics, a lot of language arts skills where she did research for facts on the internet. She also worked on grammar within the presentation, punctuation, capitalization, spelling, and on top of actually learning Google Slides and being able to put together a presentation with the little animations and the pictures. We also used Simpsons for math. We did a lot of word problems where the Simpsons were the main characters in the word problems. We did a family tree where we created a family tree of the Simpsons, and then we created one with her family. So we're able to kind of compare and see the differences and similarities, between the Simpson family and her family. Some of the key benefits and takeaways of this type of learning, would say really big motivation for kids to want to learn, to be excited about learning. And sometimes they're enjoying what they're doing so much that it's not hard. It's not like learning to them. It's just being part of the project and being, they're passionate about it. They're excited to share it with other people. They're excited to learn. Like most days we'd get to school and she'd be, when can I work on my Simpson project? So it was kind of cool to see that there was that want to learn and that eagerness that's blooming.
We are fortunate to have an occupational therapist, occupational therapy assistants, and occupational therapy fieldwork students in our community. We have several spaces with sensory equipment, such as a sensory gym with a rock wall, platform swing, large crash mats, trampolines, and a multi-purpose room with aerial swings and a ball pit available for all our learners. We also recently received a grant and will be adding more unique pieces of sensory equipment, including bubble tubes, more swings, a steamroller, a portable swing base, and more. We build movement and mindfulness into every day. We take sensory needs into account continually. We work on fine motor, gross motor, sensory processing, and self-care skill development integrated within the flow of each learner's day. Our learners are learning what they need to do to keep their bodies and minds feeling great.
What's so special about having a full-time music therapist in a school setting is that we have the flexibility to truly integrate music, not just in sessions, but throughout the learner's entire school day. When music therapy is utilized through a developmental and social emotional approach, we are promoting whole child growth. Music therapy is a powerful tool that has the ability to support and improve children's learning processes as it is a multi-sensory experience. When we engage our senses together, we can discover new ways of learning, expanding, and growth. Each learner has music therapy built into their daily schedule. Sessions are provided in a one-to-one session or a group setting. Twice a year, we prepare 2 showcase events that give the learners the opportunity to share a performance with their family, friends, and community. It is a testament to the unlimited possibilities of the learner's growth. The sky is the limit. On the next slide, we'll see a recent CBS News clip on our program.
It's a really good thing when kids feel safe, comfortable, and supported in their school setting, encouraging them to try new things and to grow. And that's what's happening at Bloom360 Learning Community in East Troy. This is a nonprofit school serving learners with neurodiverse needs, ages 5 all the way up to 21 years old. Their programs focus on social, emotional learning in a sensory-friendly environment. And this video is an example of how they do that with music, which helps the learners feel understood. Their full-time music therapist plays a large part in Bloom360's goal to support the whole child, social, emotional, body, spirit, and mind. And that is one good thing.
Our school is located on a beautiful 4-acre property near the 83 I-43 corridor. We are across the street from a farm, and just 3 miles away is Willow Creek Ranch. We have a partnership with Willow Creek Ranch and offer learners who are interested the opportunity to regularly visit the ranch to help with animal care and or learn how to ride a horse. Our team is trained as sidewalkers to assist the Willow Creek Ranch staff when our learners are riding.
Parents are an essential part of our collaborative team. We truly believe that the parent-school partnership is vital to the overall well-being of each learner. We have ongoing and open communication with you as parents. We have 2 conferences as a collaborative team called Goal Pathway Meetings, one in November and one in May. These meetings are supportive and offer an opportunity to really hear and see more about how your child or young adult is doing, as well as share your insight on the things that you are seeing at home. The progress they are making and the next steps are all discussed. We also have many special events, some just for parents and some for the whole family, Even with COVID, we've been able to schedule an outdoor yoga session for parents and a back-to-school barbecue this past fall. We are thrilled to report that each year our learners average 15% growth toward their individualized social emotional growth. This is a testament to many things, but mostly this shows our model works. Learners feel safe, secure, and open to learning here. And importantly, that these kids have so much untapped potential that needs to be nurtured. And when it is nurtured, there is no limits on them. We keep up with national research and we see that the social emotional skills that we're working on here at Bloom are exactly what employers are looking for out in the real world. These strengths of creativity, critical thinking, problem solving, communication, and collaboration will help open doors and positions for the learners to succeed as they go forth on their journeys. We'd also like to share with you a few of the many positive outcomes for our learners. We see learners growing in their whole person wellness, socially, emotionally, in their body, spirit, and mind. This growth sets the stage for increased confidence and a sense of belonging. Day school learners may earn a high school diploma or a certificate of completion here at Bloom. There are opportunities for learners that we can guide them toward, including internships, volunteer programs, college, work, and more. And next, we'll hear from a few parents on what the Bloom experience has meant to them as a family and to their child as one of our learners.
Our daughter feels free to be exactly who she is. There is no pressure to conform. She feels safe, comfortable, supported, respected, and most important, happy. She trusts her learning guides and loves interacting with the other neurodivergent learners. Because Bloom360 honors the neurology and needs of every learner, our daughter is thriving academically, socially, and emotionally. The decision to send our daughter to Bloom360 was one of the very best decisions we've ever made.
It is truly amazing to see our son learn to connect and build relationships with trusted leaders and peers. This is such a huge stepping stone to his future success.
Darren calls the Bloom360 team his people. He knows they see him and value his uniqueness. This is a big deal. Bloom360 is the first school where he's been excited to learn. His 2 summer internships at Bloom360 have also helped him identify future career paths. He is on his way to a high school diploma and has many options in the future. Most importantly, he knows his strengths, he's confident in his abilities, and he knows he has his people by his side every step of the way.
Our tuition information is on our website under the Day School and Roots Program tabs. Our need-based financial assistance is available for day school learners. There are multiple payment options available. This means that you can spread the tuition over 12 months versus 9 months like some other programs. For Roots program families, the tuition is prorated based on needs and schedule, and there is no financial assistance available. We hope you found this open house tonight valuable. We look forward to setting up an individual call with you to discuss your family's needs. I'll just quickly review our admissions process. You can either start by filling out an application, which you can go to our website and access that online, or you can contact us to set up a tour. We recommend after school hours with your child, if possible, to come take a tour and get to see our facility and meet some more of our team members. After that, we would review your application. We would then schedule another child visit for when our kids are actually in school, and we'd have them visit while you stay on the premises, And then we would schedule what we call a family discovery session, which is a time for families to share, parents to share with us information about your child, and then for us to ask questions and gather additional information that we think would be helpful for us to know as we determine admissions. After everything is reviewed and all those pieces are completed, then we would make a determination as to admissions and contact you to go through that decision and determination of the program for your child. I want to thank you for joining us tonight. We look forward to connecting with you in the future.